Hello, 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 hello. Good day, everybody. I am Ebony Blake, CEO and founder. Make sure I got no crumbs on my face. I just ate some pecans. I'm Ebony Blake, CEO and founder of EB Labs, and this is Walking Stand-Up. Got some birds chirping in the background for y'all. I hear it. We'll see if it picks up. Today's another general stand-up just to talk about what we're doing this week, what we've already accomplished so far this week, and what we accomplished last week. Last week. As I mentioned, if you follow this in any sequence, but last week, I was on mommy duty with a sort of sick kid, so I limited my capacity to really focus on planning and getting prepared for this week, and wrapped up my sprint items early for my client and for EB Labs too. My sprint items was to wrap up the client's work and prepare for this week. This week's intentions and goals are to build out the team. And there's a couple of components to that. I am a solo entrepreneur at the time in which I've recorded this, and I am technically the only full-time employee, but we do have partners, both individual contractors and organizations, other consulting firms that support our work, and we support their work as well. So some of what that looks like can be they're referring leads to us, and in exchange for closed deals, we essentially provide an affiliate fee, and vice versa. So I have a new partner that I'm onboarding to support with business development. In a future state, we can also leverage them for subcontracting client work, and vice versa. So it's a really good partnership perspective and opportunity, especially if you are a consulting firm, new or existing, to really consider how you are working with other vendors to scale your organization, support your clients, and have a good mix of costs. Having employees are really great, and especially great when you have up times. But as businesses ebb and flow, having a high concentrated number of full-time employees can be straining on the business. And to have a good mix of employees, vendor partners, and subcontractors can really help to stabilize your workforce and balance your costs. So for me, it's hella important right now to build up the partnerships as a part of my team structure, because again, that allows me to present and leverage our company as a network when that's my future intentions too, to only continue to grow that as well. Personally, especially in this time, in the year of COVID, that we've moved into. I think it's really a great opportunity to support other emerging and small businesses as well, because not only just defraying the cost, but it allows us to support one another as we're growing our businesses. And there are so many new entrepreneurs, people taking this route, and I personally only see it growing. And so having these micro services, micro organizations can still have really high profit margins without the scale and the growth costs. And then when you're ready to approach that scaling costs, if you are intentional about scaling and growing, you take those high profit margins as reinvestment budget, an innovation budget to scale your business. And that doesn't necessarily mean just doing a bunch of ads and hiring. It could also relate to creating new products for existing clients, or creating more automated products and services that require fractional, like hands-on human or AI support. One other aspect that I'm adding to our catalog and our team makeup is bringing AI to support our work, and in exchange being able to provide that as a service and a product to our community as well, especially for organizations needing some ideas and solutions to tackle their operations and technology concerns and setbacks. And I'm super excited. Not only is that my intention for this week, but starting to build a framework and the data behind that solution AI we are developing internally. So it's going to be dope. I'm just so excited to be able to have these ideas and starting to lay the groundwork for its existence and its impact in my own organization, but then also for the larger community. And I also am okay, what does my core team look like? Really starting to develop that schema of for people that I want to hire to work with me to build this out, kind of developing the persona and the profile of what are the core kind of aspects and characteristics of those individuals. And today I was working with a client and just participating in her meeting with stakeholders as she describes a thought leader and a coach. And I'll just be so proud. You see people shine and you see them work and spark inspiration and motivation for the teams that they support. It's just amazing. It's like not a proud mom, because I'm not her mom. She's not my child. She's not my son. But just proud to see people shine in their element and solving complex, simple, medium, just solving problems and providing solutions where stakeholders feel heard, they feel honored, they feel motivated, empowered, and excited to get started and to use the feature, to use the solution. And when the light is really on and it's really clicking when they say that, but then also when they start brainstorming of what's next after this, when we haven't even implemented the feature quite yet. Just shows the level of engagement where they see the resolution and they're already starting to brainstorm in the next phase. As a consultant, like, you really should be looking. It's a really great indicator to build out the engagement with that client. So it's not just like one project, but especially in the technology or realm, once you give and deliver a product, people should already be like, all right, what's next? How do we improve on this? Like, that's a part of the goal, because if you've delivered it one time, then they see you as a critical part of their organization to continue support the delivery of future items. And when we have any technology, we always have updates. There's always needs. There's always changes. There's always an opportunity for continuous improvement, which leads to continuous development. So if you're in any type of consulting, even if you're not in technology, an indicator and a goal is, how do we continuously provide value for our clients so that we can continuously be involved, contractually involved, to support our revenue. So it is an opportunity that whenever you're developing any type of project, report, process consideration, always provide future optimization, future value add, so they can, one, see the process of there's more we can uncover, there's more we can do, and making sure that future value add ties directly to their goals, to their pie in the sky wishes of where they would like to be and how they would like to scale. And it becomes like a dangled carrot almost, but it also gives you the opportunity of helping to bring that to fruition in exchange for your package or hourly rate. You know what I mean? So always look for ways to inspire and empower teams to think ahead, because if you are helping them think ahead, they're thinking, not all the time, but ideally they're thinking of you in mind to help deliver that result as well. And if you want to scale your business, it's not just about net new clients, but how we can continue to provide value in exchange for revenue for our existing base as well. And it's circling it back to like how that's a part of like building out the team. It just reinforces, like, for me, like, I'm a great individual contributor, but I'm even better like team coordinator and coach, and it's like I'm a player coach. I'm like Jackie Moon, even though Jackie Moon wasn't a great basketball player, but I consider myself to be that, and not because of my own like ego, but of just the results that I've done by myself, and then how the results go crazy with the team. So I know that I'm in this place where I have to prove it being a little bit more self-reliant to build out the brand. And I know that, of course, it will bring new challenges in doing this in my own business infrastructure. But once the team is here, whoo, man, that's when we're really sore. So I'm looking forward to growing out my team, growing out the systems and the processes to help us flourish to unfathomable heights. And I'm also patient, very patient, to enjoy the process and enjoy where I'm at now. And really just like continue to be diligent with the future team in mind, so that as they come on board, it's, we're skipping a few steps because we have the process and the systems in place to help us scale. So our intentions for this week is grow out the team. And the other side of that is following up on prospects and leads, so that we have the budgets to be able to fund the team, fund the team budgets. So that's a part to fund the team and the team budgets if that got cut off. So we need to bring in new clients, new revenue streams, so that we can actually fund the team and scale the business. And that's like hella important, of course, to be not just to be sustainable, but to be in active growth. But one of the things I will say about that, like, it's definitely important for any business, whether your intentions are to stay locally or have global impact, to really make sure you can afford the scale and afford the growth. Because it's great to put plans, it's great to have like high stretch goals, but you want to make sure that you are fiscally not just responsible, but like that the math is mathing, that like your plans of scale are affordable based on your current revenue streams and your expected, not even like your expected growth, because sometimes people like will put more in order to try to reach growth based on projected numbers, and especially in a down economy, it's like really do what you can, where like budget the scale and the growth. Like, it's so important as a business owner. Like, you could have created a great product and you could have great service, but there's a different mindset in actually running your business and understanding the cash flow, different business lines and service, how you can break down products and services that you already have to create different revenue streams, to grow your money in order to really fund scaling. And definitely getting investors and loans is a tactic, but there are other tactics that sometimes just require a slower pace of growth, and that may help you sustain your capacity, sustain your passion for continuously being the business owner. I think there's a couple of conversations, like, as a business owner, you should have with yourself of, like, how do I want to operate in my business? And what and who do I need to help fill in the gaps for things that I do not want to do? And anytime someone else is filling in that gap, it's going to come at a cost of ownership, cost in profits, because you're allocating not only the time, but you're allocating ownership, you're allocating equity, you're allocating revenue to fund the growth, whether that is solely from the business's revenue or taking outside funds to help propel the growth faster. For me, in this stage, I am preferring to grow at a slower pace for gains now, but also to have a better perspectives for investors by actually proving out my own thesis and how we do what we do as a consulting firm, and the value from the communities that we serve to actually have high growth and revenue opportunities. So, but that's just me. And I know this about myself. I've learned this about myself, that I go faster when I pace myself, so I have less burnout in the future. What kind of bird? This is a big old bird. You a stallion. Good morning. You just ate. You big, girl. That's a big crow. Let's see. I can't turn it around, but y'all may see it in the background. That crow back there, that crow is big, bro. But anywho, so there's definitely been some misses this week too. I missed the grant application last night, but I just heard about it yesterday too. And by the end of the day, I honestly just forgot about it. And again, going back to pace is like having the capacity, yes, to be able to do things last minute is great. But I've also learned, like, last minute work is really not great. And now I'll put it on the schedule. And there's some other opportunities just from knowing about that grant that I'm going to look into for myself, but also for my clients as well. So that's, again, even in the midst, finding ways to still add value is like, it's tremendous. Last thing that we're working on in terms of, still kind of falls in the same theme of building out the team, building out the skill sets. I will be working on adding a new certification for Salesforce Marketing Cloud to my belt. My stretch goal is to get it done by Friday. So I will do a walking stand-up, maybe like a late night edition. Nah, definitely not. I'll just let y'all know when I pass. And then we, again, new certification, new skills, new opportunities to add that to products and services and support our existing clients with these new skills that we are acquiring. So that's it. I ain't got no more. See y'all later. Bye.